Sometimes we're all going through a period of uncertainty and unfamiliarity. Life is kicking your ass and you're feeling it, and you know you just have to keep moving and you'll work your way through it to better days soon. A great way to know if you're on the right path is to imagine your future self, your future successful self. Get a vision of your future self, the type of person you would want to be. This is a great way to find out what your values are. You get an idea of what your future self is like. You get a vision of him or her, and you have a conversation in your mind with him or her. Imagine your future self right in front of you. Ask him questions. What does he or she look like? Where is your future self? In a major city? In an office building? Running a business? Where did your future self end up? Ask yourself, what is your future self doing right now? Ask, what's important to your future self? What kind of goals has he or she achieved? You will probably notice that he or she is a little different than you are now. What I noticed was that my future self was more successful, more easygoing, more fun, more spontaneous, more confident, more courageous, and that he would just think my current problems were silly, that I was stressing over things way too much that were just not that big of a deal. He had already accomplished way more, and he had already overcome those challenges and obstacles. Now, this is really a tremendous mental exercise. Write down what your future self said to you and what you noted about him or her. After you take note of the answers to these questions, ask yourself, what has prevented me from doing more things I wanted to do, that I wanted to achieve? What has been holding me back? What's really important to me? What means the most? What is it that gets the juices flowing? Ask yourself, what does winning at the game of life mean to me? What is my definition of success? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? This should really give you some answers. After you discover the kind of person that your future self is and what they're like, you can begin to lead yourself in the right direction to start developing those qualities. I know that when I got an image of the person that I wanted to be, that started leading me to taking the right steps daily to becoming my future self. And you'll notice that you start exuding those qualities. Doing this exercise can really show you what's important to you, what your true passions and dreams are. Your future self will quite possibly have achieved those dreams and goals and will be fulfilled. What does your future self tell you to do now, here in the present? Mine told me to follow my passions and to not give up. If you ignore your passion, there's going to be a deep hole in your heart. My future self also told me, don't forget to live, to have fun. Have a lot of fun. Have more fun with every new year. Make that your number one resolution every December. Do all of those things that bring you great joy. Those things that people say, you know, when I see you do that, I see you come alive. Find a way to express that passion and joy. We get overwhelmed by making a living, and sometimes we just forget to live. Essentially, the purpose of life is to experience joy, to feel elation and excitement, and that we are the creators of our existence. You hate your job, but maybe you're afraid to look for something else because you might lose your house? Do you want to leave your spouse, but you don't because maybe you're afraid you'll die alone? Do you never expose your art or work to the world because you're afraid people will throw rocks at you because you suck? What would your confident future self tell you to do? Sometimes you have to change direction, and that's the message you'll get. Sometimes you just need to let things go, and maybe they'll tell you that. Some other things that my future self told me when I did this exercise is protect yourself and your values. You should work out, have a routine exercise, push-ups, sit-ups, walking, jogging, join a gym. Most importantly, avoid stress. Make sure that you focus on your health. Stay healthy. You should watch what you eat. Make sure you're eating healthy. Other things my future self told me is you should work hard, you should not chase after other people's approval, but do what you think is right. Make sure that you focus on your finances. Save your money and watch it grow. Ask yourself if it's an asset or liability. When you have expendable cash, spend it on things that you are passionate about. Have fun. Enjoy your fleeting time on earth in ways that make you happy, not miserable and trapped in a social jail of your own making. Be spontaneous, impulsive. I go for long car trips all the time, visiting new places, crossing things off my bucket list. If you're driving and you're passing a go-kart track, stop in and drive those damn things until you can't laugh anymore. It's fun to be impulsive. Also, pursue your passions, break out of your comfort zone, develop new hobbies. Pick a thing and start there. Want to learn martial arts, photography, cooking? Pick a thing every year and try and learn it to near mastery. Create music, art, software, ideas, business ideas. So many things you can do with your life that give it meaning. Also, spend time with friends, travel. Mine also told me to find a way to work for yourself. It's hard, but find a way. It will give you freedom and flexibility in your life, and you can set your own hours. It is so much more fulfilling to work for yourself, and the options that come with that far outweigh working for someone else. Make sure you're in a career that you love going into work every day. Always look for a new opportunity to grow. He also told me, follow your heart, not your head. Don't live your parents' dreams. Follow your heart, not your bankroll or what you think you need to do. Live your dreams. You are important and your dreams are so important. You don't want to go to the grave with your dreams still inside you, bottled up, and having never lived them out in the world. What does your future self tell you not to do? My future self said not to do these things. He said, don't just fill your life with Netflix and social media, which is all fiction and intended to brainwash, and then wonder why this propaganda leaves you an empty shell with no direction, purpose, or happiness. He also said, avoid naysayers and toxic people. Spend that time making your life awesome and your friends and family's life awesome. Spend that time with people that add value to your life. And he also said, don't worry about just picking one thing that you want to do with your life. Your passion will change throughout your life, and that change is normal because you're always changing. You don't want to do anything you don't love. If you don't love what you're doing, find a way to do what you do love. Live life for yourself and nobody else. We only have so many spins on this planet, and most of them are not spent at the peak years of your life. Don't take the best years of your life and throw them away on people who don't care about you or value you. Only spend on people who add value and joy and love to your life. We live in incredible times. The amount of opportunity and abundance in modern times available to us is extraordinary. Once in a while, I see someone saying that today's middle class live like kings from centuries ago. The truth is, even if you are a lower class citizen living in a first world country, you'll have at your disposal many amenities that higher class people from the most developed countries from just a century ago couldn't even dream of. You can stay under a hot shower for a half hour without even worrying about it ending. You have fresh fruits that last a whole week. You can store pounds and pounds of top quality meat that will last for months, so you can eat only when you feel like it. And when you do, it will be ready in a few hours, maybe even minutes. And the ingredients to make anything going with it are cheap and makes possibilities almost endless. You can listen to the greatest musical genius of history performed by the best musicians available whenever you want, as much as you want. Same with writers, thinkers, philosophers. You can define the exact temperature of your closed environment. If you live in a metropolitan area, there are countless drivers available to pick you up at home and take you wherever you want. You have machines that clean and dry your clothes, your dishes, the floor, and all of that at any time of the day because there are lights that are brighter than the sun. We can fly. Places that should be difficult to travel to are just right there. It's a great time to be alive and pursue your dreams. I hope you found some value in this video. Lots of love to you and thanks for watching.